Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel for all things mommy, wife, and life. My name is Chessa. If you are new, I am currently 33 weeks pregnant with baby number 2. So I'm going to be sharing with you my pregnancy symptoms from 32 weeks. I did have my 32-week doctor's appointment last week, and so I'm going to show you that footage right now. At the doctor's, everything went well. I did have to get my blood drawn again. I feel like I have to get my blood drawn all the time, but they're just checking my iron levels again. I should get those back tomorrow. So the doctor is concerned that I'm not gaining enough weight, which to me, I'm like, girl, like I'm okay with not gaining a whole mess of weight. They just weighed me today and I weigh like 192, and granted I did just have a latte and a lemon bar thingy, but still, like 190s is high for me, and that's like terrifying. I'm like, oh my god, that's so high. But she said like, oh, you know, I started out at 185, so she's like, you're not gaining that much weight. And I told her, I was like, I mean, unless you're worried about it, like I'm not worried about not gaining a lot of weight, because who wants to gain that much weight on their pregnancy? She did measure my stomach and she says that I'm measuring fine. She did say that I should get an ultrasound just to make sure that baby is growing healthy and everything, but when she did measure my stomach, she says I'm measuring right on point. So she's kind of baffled by the weight gain, but I mean, unless something's seriously wrong about it, like I'm okay with not gaining a whole mess of weight. I really do not want to weigh 200 pounds when this baby comes out, like, but that's just me. So obviously I want the baby to be healthy, so if that's what needs to happen, then whatever. But I asked my doctor what I should expect with like the whole COVID thing, if there's anything really that I should, anything extra I should be bringing to the hospital, and she said no, not really. She's like, just pack like you're going away for a couple of days. I did hear that people are not allowed to leave the hospital once they're checked in, so like your partner that comes with you is not allowed to leave to like go get food or go get stuff. I don't know if that's going to be the same in a couple of weeks when I do deliver. That's kind of what she was saying, so I have to break the news to hubby about that, and I don't think he's going to be happy, because number one, he doesn't like hospitals. Number two, he hates hospital food, and last time he would always like go get food and stuff, so this is gonna kind of suck for him because he hates hospital food. She said I was taking the right dose of iron, so I'm hoping that my levels are gonna be up. Oh, and she did say that usually when we get to the hospital, the mothers are tested for COVID. I was hoping that I was gonna be able to go through this whole pandemic without ever having to get tested. And unfortunately, I guess that's not the case. That's kind of a bummer for me. I mean, I'm sure it's fine and I'm just being a baby about it, but I really do not want to get tested for COVID. So, but I guess that's the regulation. So it's probably not going to be any worse than labor. So I don't know why I'm tripping about it, but oh well. It's kind of ironic that my doctor says that I'm not gaining enough weight, because I feel absolutely huge, which you'll see in a little bit, because I'm going to show you my bump shot at the very end, but I just feel absolutely enormous. This week hasn't been that much different from any other weeks. The symptoms are pretty much the same. I've just been starting to feel like more pressure, like kind of at the base of my stomach, which doctor says is completely normal, just because baby's head is kind of turning in that direction, and she's getting bigger, so she's pushing on a lot of stuff. She's pushing into my intestines, my bladder, and I definitely feel like a lot more pressure like at certain points of the day. I'm also getting a lot of round ligament pain lately, so sometimes that can feel a little different. So sometimes it feels like a shooting pain like across my belly. Sometimes it feels like more like a big cramp kind of in my groin area. Sometimes they are super painful, and sometimes they're not very painful. So sometimes it'll just feel like a weird sensation, and other times it'll feel like I gotta breathe through this. Like it's actually very painful. It's like a really painful cramp. My heartburn still going strong. We've been best buds this entire pregnancy, and I cannot wait for it to go away. Things that have kind of been helping that have been my heartburn tea, Tums, and then just kind of eating smaller, more frequent meals throughout the day rather than just like large, bigger meals. My back has also been killing me lately. My lower back, like right in my shoulder blade area. that's been really bugging me lately. I've been trying to like roll out a lot, but I sit down a lot for work, so it's kind of hard to, you know, crack it at work and stuff like that. So I've been trying to maintain good posture, but sometimes sitting, it's not the best posture that I could be doing. I do hunch a lot, and I know that it actually helps with shortness of breath if you do have better posture. So I have been working on that. I've definitely started getting the urge to nest more. We went to IKEA the other week and I got like a lot of stuff. I want to start going through all of the clothes and washing them, which I did do. I just have to start like organizing them and figuring out how I want to do that. I feel like that there's just so much to do and not enough time to do it. Although I'm only 33 weeks, so I know that there's time, but it still doesn't feel like I have a lot of time because I'm just like wrapping my head around so many different projects that I want to get done before baby comes. I think I mentioned this earlier, but baby is just moving like crazy. She'll just be pushing every which way. There's a really funny story that I want to share with you guys. So my husband and I were laying in bed trying to go to sleep, and my husband's hand was on my stomach, and all of a sudden like baby let out this huge kick, which she usually does not let anybody else feel her kick except for me because she's mama's girl already. So my husband's hand was right on my stomach, and that's right where baby kicked, and he like moved it away really fast, and he was like, whoa, like that was weird. I was like, oh babe, did that scare you? He's like, yeah, that was super weird. I'm like, yeah, imagine what it feels like when they kick you from the inside. Cause yeah, it feels a lot different from kicking you from the outside than it does from the inside. I thought that was pretty funny and I needed to share that with you guys. Okay, let's jump into the bump app. So baby is as big as a squash this week, 16.7 inches long and weighs about 3.8 pounds. Braxton Hicks contractions. I really don't feel like I've been having these. Like sometimes, I think I've had them in my past updates, but this week I definitely haven't noticed any. Darker nipples. I mean, not really. So I do kind of notice at times they do look a little bit darker. Like I feel like when I'm colder, like about to take a shower. Sorry, it says TMI. I feel like when I'm about to take a shower and like I'm colder, I feel like that they are a little bit darker, but I feel like they haven't really changed that drastically at all since before I was pregnant. So I'd have to kind of say no on this one. Shortness of breath, all the time, shortness of breath. I feel like even just talking for long periods of time, I'm definitely feeling winded. Leaky boobs. So I have noticed that, so they're not leaking to a point where I have to like wear any type of like breastfeeding pad or anything like that. I feel like I have noticed a little bit of like, I don't want to use this word, but I have noticed a bit of like discharge, I guess, from them, but it's like, you know, it's just colostrum. It's not enough to the point where I need to like wear a nursing pad or anything like that. But I have noticed that they're starting to get ready. Vaginal discharge, like again, TMI, but yeah, this is just your body's way of preventing against any kind of infection down there. And so yeah, I have noticed that a little bit. So now I'm gonna show you the bumps, so stay tuned for that. But that's all for my pregnancy symptoms. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Please hit that thumbs up button and that subscribe button if you haven't already. It really helps out my channel and I would love for you to be a part of my YouTube family. And if you're already a subscriber, thank you so much. I truly do appreciate you guys. Thank you so much and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.
I don't know for how long I'll get to hold your hand, to be your guiding light in the darkest of nights. I will try to do my best until the day that I'll die. I won't lie. It's not going to be easy, but I'll try. Don't you worry, I'm not going anywhere. I will stay here. And as long as my heart beats like a drum,